A video to show you a little bit of how Jupyter Notebooks work, and just kind of some preliminary. I'm going to show you a preliminary module that I'm working on. There's some steps missing, so yeah, you can deal with that. All right, let's see here. All right, so now I'm going to launch a Jupyter Notebook in the directory where I'm building out this fitness technology course. All right. So this is what Jupyter Notebooks look like. It's nice because you can have individual blocks, and so like this is a text block. This is module 1, so the prerequisite is module 0, which is kind of a introduction to Python, and how do you get Python up and running on your computer? How do you download the dependencies? What is a dependency? All those types of things. So here I'm starting with some just basic mathematical operations. Yeah, you can look through that if you'd like. And then here I'm showing you can perform those same mathematical operations with data that's saved as a variable. So here we're doing a equals 3, b equals 5. Print a times b, that gives you 15. You can also save that result to a new variable called c, and then when I print c, it gives me the same answer. So kind of moving on to mathematical operations performed at larger than just a single element scale. So here I have a list that I made up of max heart rate data and then resting heart rate data, and I'm going to calculate heart rate reserve, which is defined as the difference between those two. So here I import a library called NumPy. NumPy is really helpful when you're dealing with arrays rather than single element numbers. And so in this step, I convert these Pythonic list into NumPy arrays, and then you can perform all sorts of mathematical operations on those arrays. So here, I'm simply subtracting resting heart rate from max heart rate, those entire list, and that generates this list that is heart rate reserve. So here I save heart rate reserve to a variable, and then here I'm printing it. So we could also make up some made up variable. We're going to say that this is this made up variable is max heart rate array times resting heart rate array to the third power. I don't know, why not? Actually, let's see, I might need to do some order of operations here. Oh, I forgot to print it. Print made up variable. All right, and so these are obviously massive numbers. But again, that's the beauty of NumPy arrays, is rather than having to build out for loops that says, we're going to iterate through this entire list up here and then iterate through this entire list here and subtract the first element from the first element here, second element from the second element here, rather than having to code up those for loops, which is fine. That's the true Pythonic method. There are some libraries that allow you to do some of the heavy lifting, from a single line of code rather than having to code up a for loop. But anywho, this is just basics of Jupyter Notebook. Wanted to let you know what they look like. All right, man, hope you're doing well. See ya.